Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Well, hello. It is Wednesday, the 25th of September, and my, oh my, is Duchess Difficult in a little bit of hot bother. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about, The Hollywood Reporter, which apparently is a must-read for anybody in the entertainment business, came out with an article that was headlined, "Why Hollywood Keeps Quitting on Harry and Meghan." Now, I'm just going to quickly make reference to this because it actually is very important to what I want to discuss on this video. I know it's older news, but it is very, very important. Now, in this article, The Hollywood Reporter refers to the ever-expanding Sussex Survivors Club, and they make reference to Josh Kettler, who was the one that was the chief of staff, and he stepped down in August. I did a video about this and the fact that Enty from Crazy Days and Nights alluded that he was going to lawyer up with regards to what went down. The article also referred to numerous people that have stepped away from Harry and Meghan, and they ask why they all leave, what explains the churn, and they apparently said that everyone is terrified of Meghan, or so a source close to the couple has claimed. She belittles people, she doesn't take advice. They're both poor decision makers, they change their minds frequently. Harry is a very, very charming person, no airs at all, but he's very much an enabler, and she is just terrible. Now, this also goes hand in hand with the fact that a couple of years ago, that whole thing before the Oprah interview aired, where it was the Times did a massive article from Valentine Lowe that basically accused Meghan Markle of bullying her staff. And this is where the nickname Duchess Difficult came about. Now, Meghan Markle denounced the effort as a calculated smear campaign, but Hollywood Reporter has said that some of the couple's stateside staff members also reserve special bile for Meghan Markle, and they state that she has noisy tantrums and angry 5 a.m. emails, has earned her the in-house moniker Duchess Difficult. She's absolutely relentless, says one source. She marches around like a dictator in high heels, fuming and barking orders. I've watched her reduce grown men to tears. Now, yesterday, the media reported that it was in fact some of her staff still on her payroll that have spoken to The Hollywood Reporter. That's right, people still in her employment are calling her out and speaking to the media. Can you imagine the amount of teapots were thrown when that little juicy nugget came to effect? And of course, the PR drive continues to make sure that everybody sees Meghan in the most positive light, because straight after that, the PR wheels were put in motion. US Weekly, that really trusted tabloid or magazine, obviously that's complete sarcasm there, said what it's really like to work for Meghan. Now, apparently after The Hollywood Reporter dropped this article, current and former staff quickly flooded the comments with statements of support. "Best boss I ever had," one current team member wrote, while an ex-staffer added to their time with the Sussexes was truly an honour. As Richard Eden on Twitter, now he is the Daily Mail diary editor, he said, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." And I completely agree with him. It's also found out that, by coincidence, the editor behind the US Weekly article, Dan Wakeford, was also behind the memorable piece that People did, which was used in court with the Daily Mail, "The Truth About Meghan. Her best friends break their silence." Can you remember that one? It was the absolute critical piece that was used when Meghan sued the Daily Mail, and it was the one where the 5 friends spoke out. And those 5 friends were never named in that court case at all, because Meghan wanted to protect their identity. And then lo and behold, yesterday evening, we've got the media, Daily Mail for one, and The Sun as well, and also many other publications were running with this story. Harry and Meghan's bad bosses. Nonsense, says loyal staffers who gush that the Sussexes water that seeds so that we can flourish. I'm sorry, that is so Meghan Markle. And these people were going against the fact that other people have spoken out and called her Duchess difficult and a dictator in high heels who terrifies workers. These people who are still on the payroll or have good experiences have come out and said, no, they're absolutely fantastic to work with. Well, if that is the case, why is there a Sussex Survivors Club? I am a firm believer is that you can have a company and you can have a boss and 2 members of staff, or 3 or 4, can have completely different relationships with that senior person, whether it be negative or positive. One person might have a negative view on them and a negative relationship with them, and another person completely positive. And that's how narcissists work. If you are in a position to do something that could benefit a narcissist, they will treat you very, very well. The moment that you are not a use to them, you are shafted. It is so blatantly obvious that this is just an immediate hit back. No, they're fantastic to work with. The sun shines out their arses and they treat everybody like sunshine and daisies, and every day is a holiday when we work for them. It is a calculated damage control article. Someone even suggested that it was Meghan Markle herself under a pseudonym email going, no, Meghan's not like that. Oh my God, she's amazing. She's fantastic. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm sorry, but it screams of you've got to speak up, you've got to speak up. And getting some employees or friends to speak up about a person in a situation like this really, really doesn't help. It doesn't convince people either way. It just looks really bad. Because it's almost like self-praise. That's what it feels like. I mean, have they been instructed to speak up on behalf of their boss? Because this is how it looks. The optics are really, really bad. For praise to come, it has to come from an independent, unsolicited source for it to carry any weight whatsoever. And I'll reiterate this. Most people can be nice to those that they want something from. They're nice to their friends. But the true test is how you treat your staff. That's the real pinnacle of it. The people that are under you. It's really surprising that those that have spoken to the Hollywood Reporter, one of them is still under employment, because you know that each and every one of them are going to be signing NDAs. The only one that's really spoken out that has actually worked with them publicly is Bill Simmons. He's the executive of Spotify, and he was the one that called them effing grifters. And there's an old saying that there's no smoke without fire. And losing so many employees in such a small few years is telling within itself. The real test, I'd love to hear what the nannies have to say, previous nannies, and I wish they'd break their NDAs. But they are probably going to be the ones with the harshest NDAs out there, that they are completely gagged beyond oblivion. It's clear that these so-called staff members that are absolutely gushing over the amazingness of Meghan Markle being their boss have clearly been told to say something. It is such a PR damage control hit piece. And the key to it, as I have said, is the use of the term water the seeds so we can flourish. Okay, here's the thing. Hands up if anybody thinks that has come out of Meghan Markle's own mouth, because it is so something that she would put in those flowery, pumped up, stupid speeches that she does. Now, somebody wrote on the Daily Mail, because you can comment on it, says this whole article reads like a hostage letter. They're so stiff and impersonal. But if you pay attention, you can see little messages like one employee who says that they're under an anonymous microscope while working for them. That's never a good thing. Almost most of these people quit high-ranking jobs that usually last a decade plus in less than 24 months and as little as 3 months. That's the real review of their bosses. They can't work for them. And I will say till I'm blue in my face, being charming towards selected people is not an uncommon trait of a narcissist. It is 101 narcissistic behaviour. On first impressions, narcissists come off as charming and confident. But as that relationship develops and the narcissist no longer needs to feed that charm, they quickly turn into one of the worst bosses that you have ever been near. So we have several cues of a narcissistic boss. They will hog the spotlight. They'll take personal credit for the work of individuals on the team. They use fear, guilt, shame, punishment, and manipulation to gain compliance and control. They require constant praise. They are charismatic without follow through, that they often display a superiority complex. They spread negative emotions, they sow the sense of entitlement, they take advantage of others, they lack empathy, they are remarkably charming, and this is where the crux of the matter is. If you are not in their spotlight and you are not shined upon and their charm is not on you, they are terrible. They exhibit extremely competitive behaviour, they hold long-lasting grudges, and they are unwilling to be challenged or questioned. If you are in that umbrella of being under a boss that is charming and fabulous and the sun is shining, if you challenge anything that they say, that light will go off like that. Then you will be out in the cold and you will feel the wrath of the narcissist. If you've ever worked with a narcissist, you will understand these traits. So either these people that are speaking out are either still under the charm or love bombing bubble, or they've been told that they need to speak up, which that then shows the level of control that the narcissist boss has on their employees. And quite frankly, the fact that these staff members have spoken up going, no, she's fantastic, it only gives the story that she's difficult more ammunition, because it is such a blatant damage control piece. Narcissists are exceptionally charming to the people that they need, and they are exceptionally vengeful to anybody that has any doubts or anybody that questions them. So, which do you believe? Do you think that Meghan Markle is Duchess difficult and a dictator in high heels, or do you think that she's absolutely perfect in every way possible and she is the epitome of a modern day Mary Poppins? As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.